Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront updates and another Star Wars Squadrons update, as the game has been out for 3 days now, and I thought it would be a good time to recap some of the stuff that has happened during launch, some of the developer comments, some of the issues that's been with the game that are being worked on, some of the reviews and so on in this first, well, post-launch Squadrons update. There will be more of these, of course. I will always be covering Star Wars gaming news here on the channel. Since this game has not really been confirmed to be a live service game, I wouldn't expect as much updates as we got for Battlefront 2, but instead I'm guessing here it's mostly going to be focused on bug fixing / balancing patches other than content, especially now the first couple of weeks after launch, as I think people will find a lot of probably unbalanced and sometimes even bugged loadouts. And I've already heard about some worrying techniques in fleet battles where you can basically abuse certain mechanics to win very easily. So hopefully all of that will be looked into by the dev team, and I'm gonna go over some of that stuff in the video. But also before that, I want to let you know that if you have any awesome Star Wars Squadrons clips at all, whether it's just cinematic, you taking out multiple ships at once, pulling off a really epic drift, taking out a Star Destroyer, anything like that, make sure to submit it to my top 5 plays link in the description below, as well I will be doing a Star Wars Squadrons top 5 plays episode pretty soon. So any clip you think could fit, make sure to submit them through the link in the description below. But now let's get into some of the actual news. First of all, they did actually launch a patch this weekend, and they said the following: while we are investigating the reports received on various issues for Star Wars Squadrons, we are deploying a small PC patch to improve the overall stability in the game when launching in VR. I did see a couple of people having issues with that. Personally, I still don't play in VR, unfortunately, so it's nothing I have noticed, but that patch came out this weekend. And some of the other issues that they have said that they're working on, for instance, is the 20% forced dead zone on the flight sticks. I'm honestly gonna say that I don't know exactly what that means, because I don't use a flight stick, but I did see a lot of Reddit comments, I did see a lot of people on Twitter complaining about it. But Ian Frazier, the creative director, have said that a fix is in the progress for this, so if you are experiencing this issue, know that it will be fixed pretty soon. And there's also been some issues with EA Play on Xbox Store for Star Wars Squadrons. And EA Star Wars did tweet out saying, we are aware of the EA Play issue that certain players are seeing for Star Wars Squadrons on the Xbox Store. Microsoft issue is. And while we're talking about reviews and reception of the game, except for some of those technical issues, the game has been received pretty well. It's currently sitting on 80 on Metacritic and 74% on OpenCritic from critic reviews, and most of the reviews are saying that it's a really good game. It's a very niche game, but everything they do with the game in terms of flight mechanics, multiplayer, and everything like that is amazing. But the one thing that's getting the most criticism is that it feels like it's lacking a little bit of content, and also that the single player campaign is not as good as it could have been. But overall, it's received very well, and I think 8 out of 10 is a pretty good score. It does have 5.2 user score on Metacritic, but again, you know how Metacritic can be in terms of user score. Pretty much anyone can leave a review there, even if you haven't played the game. So I wouldn't dwell too much into that. And I think we got what we expected from this game, which is why it has gotten such a good reviews. The question now, though, is how long is this game gonna live on? Because it is very niche, it is pretty limited, but has a lot of depth to it in terms of mechanics, but maybe not in terms of content, at least in my opinion. So whether or not this game is going to live on for a few months, a few years, it's really hard to say. But that's something we can talk more about later. Overall, I think the launch has been a success, and for most people I've seen who got this game have been very happy with their purchase as well. And before I wrap up this video, I just want to leave you with this little tip out from Reddit. How to win fleet battles, basically. You should not try this tactic, but instead you should try this tactic. That's a much better way of going about it. I'll say that yes, I've tried that first technique, or I guess not really deliberately, but I have crashed into the enemy Star Destroyer multiple times and it doesn't really do any damage, which I think is good, because it wouldn't be fun if that was the best tactic, just crashing into the enemy ships. But nevertheless, doing straight fronts with bombers is always a better option. But that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.